Hi everyone, this is Suzanne. I actually am going by Small Town Prepper now. I just wanted to come on, kind of have my first video out here in YouTube. I have been inspired, from a fellow prepper that I met just recently, and it was kind of strange how we met, but cool at the same time. Um, like I've always said, everything happens for a reason. People come in and leave your life for a reason. Um, and it just so happened I started to get back into the prepping game now that I'm more financially able to do that kind of thing. So since I'm in a small town and I live in the village, it's not the easiest thing to be able to be a prepper. You don't want people to know that you're doing that because, first of all, people look at you like you're crazy, especially if you're just out telling everybody certain things that you believe in as a prepper, or certain things that you're prepping for that could potentially happen in the future. Even if it's something as small as losing water for a day, or losing power in a snowstorm. Where I live, there's snowstorms all the time, so that's a possibility. But when you tell people that you're preparing for those kind of things, they kind of look at you like, yeah, why would you do that? They just don't think in the back of their head that a grocery store is going to run out of food, or, a snowstorm is going to knock out the power and you're still going to be able to have water. In a town, that's not a possibility. If you have a well, yes, your well will last for a little while after the power does go out, but in town, you don't have that ability. Everything runs off of power in town. So being in this kind of situation makes it a little bit difficult. But at the same time, it's easier because when something does happen, I feel like some of the people that I have around me are going to band together and they're going to protect this small area. And that's probably way better than being in a city where everybody's going to go chaotic. So yes, it's a little bit better in that aspect. I would much rather be out in the country, but right now we don't have that ability to do that. So I'm trying to prepare for myself and my kids and my family and make sure that we have everything that we need in that type of situation. Now, we have the ability that most people wouldn't have to be able to pack our things up in a car and take off to a location in the country where we will have heat, where we will have a stream, where we will have land to be able to hunt on and to grow food. So those are huge important things that we need, and I made sure that that's something that we have if it comes down to a type of situation where we're going to be without power, without heat, without electricity for an extended period of time beyond 2 weeks. So I literally just have been going small steps, to start my prepping. I don't have enough for 2 weeks for us because we are a 5-person family, and that's quite a lot. If you think about it, you need 1 gallon of water per person per day, essentially. And it's probably going to be more. You need cooking water. If your water is not a good, suitable source of water, you need to have extra water because you have to clarify that water. You're going to need to use it to brush your teeth. You're going to need it to bathe. So you're going to need more than just that 1 gallon per person per day. So the more water that you have, obviously, the better. You can go longer without food than you can, without water. Your body is made up of 70% water. So you need to have that water in there, or you're going to dry out and you'll pass away. And that's, the worst case thing that could happen. You don't want to run out of water. So that's my big thing that I've been stocking up on to start with this whole beginner prepper kind of thing. The next thing is, canned goods. Canned goods, as long as, yes, it has a shelf life on it. And yes, it says sell by this date in the store because that's the store that's what they need to follow. But as long as the can is not dented and you don't see the top of the can coming up, like popping up, or you see the bottom of the can popping out, as long as those don't happen, it's very likely that it's still going to be good years and years beyond its shelf date. Now, is it going to taste as good? Probably not. Is it going to have as many nutritional things in it that it had, up until its shelf life? Probably not. But when it comes down to a situation where you're sitting there going, am I going to starve today, or am I going to eat this can that's 10 years old and there's nothing wrong with it and it's probably going to taste a little different than it normally would have, but if you're hungry, you're going to eat it. Same goes for a lot of foods that you normally wouldn't eat. Rice. And I don't eat rice normally in my diet. I'm not a big rice eater. I like pastas and salads and things like that. But without refrigeration, you can't do a salad unless you are able to grow your own fresh, produce. So as far as rice goes, I'm still going to be able to eat that. I've packed that up and I've stored it away, and it's going to be good for 30 years for me and my family. And we don't eat rice, but it's going to come in handy because we're going to be able to make different things with that rice. We're going to be able to have rice with pasta because I've packed some pasta away. We're going to be able to, use some Alfredo sauces that I have packed away that we can put over the rice. You can do different things to change the flavor of things that you're going to be using when you're prepping. And those are just some instances of that. So I just kind of wanted to come on here and let everybody know, like, what I am about, what I am trying to accomplish. As of right now, I'm still working on my 2-week supply of food and water for a family of 5. So that's going to be my first step. And then as I go along, I'm going to continue to grow and grow and grow. As far as my preps go, I have a huge room in my house, which is a blessing. I know a lot of people don't have that kind of ability, but there are so many ways that you can prep small amounts of food or large amounts of food in a small space. You can store things under your bed. You can store things in the top and bottom of closets. You can store things in bathroom cupboards. Kitchen cabinets. There's so many places that you can store food and just have it and know that you have that in case something happens. Maybe something won't happen. You just don't know. But if it does, you're prepared. And you might sound crazy to everybody out there who doesn't understand that, but if you want to talk to somebody about prepping and being prepared for some type of a situation, here's how you can go about it. Just look at them and say, you like to eat, right? You like to drink stuff, right? Tea, water, pop, anything. Those are things that you like to have every day, right? Well, what are you going to do if the grocery store is out of food and you don't have any and you've run out of food in your house? How are you going to get food? What if you have a snowstorm that knocks out the power for a week and the grocery stores are out of food? What are you going to do? Because that's a very good possibility. There was a snowstorm here in 1993, I think it was, 91 or 93, that knocked the power out for the entire town for 2 weeks. Everybody was going crazy because they didn't have any food. My mother's been a prepper. My brothers have been preppers. I come from a family of preppers. And she had things stored away for us. So we were fine. We didn't have to go to the grocery store. We had food and water, and we ate like we normally ate because my mother was prepared for that. She has a wood stove, which is great. We make our own heat. We didn't have to rely on the electricity for that. So everything was taken care of, and we didn't have to worry about it. But it happened before, so it could happen again. It might not be as severe of a situation, or it might be even more severe of a situation. You just don't know. But being prepared, even a little bit prepared, is better than not being prepared at all. My boyfriend and everybody in my family thinks I'm crazy until it happens. And then they're going to think that I'm the best person in the whole world because I'm prepared. And I went out and got that extra water. I went out and got that extra food. And I took those steps to be able to make sure that they can eat and they can have something to drink and they can survive in case anything happens. So my biggest thing that I want to do with my channel is help to go on this journey with other people that are in the same type of situation. Just starting out prepping, never prepped before, have no idea what they're doing. I want to get a community together. I want to work with other people, bounce ideas back and forth. I love getting input. I love constructive criticism. If you think that something that I'm saying is completely out of your league of whatever, I'd rather, instead of you attacking and saying something negative about it, give me your opinion. I love hearing that kind of stuff. I want to hear that maybe I'm doing something wrong and this is a better way to do it. That kind of information I want to know. I want to learn from other people, and I want you to be able to learn from me. I want this whole journey to be a learning experience. So if we can do that together as a community, that's going to benefit everybody in the long run. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows I'm really good friends with Prepper Nurse 1. So I'm going to give him a huge shout out because he kind of got me into all of this. I did a live stream with him the other day and it was great. I had a blast, and there's going to be a lot of topics like what I discussed with him on here as well. Anything that is coming to my mind or anything that's going on, and I'm going to throw some prepping in with it too. So this is going to be a channel where people can just come and give me suggestions of things to talk about, and we're going to just talk about stuff. But before I go, just throwing this out there, I just want everybody to know, and this is a huge belief, everything happens for a reason. So no matter what you're going through in your life right now, whether it seems like the worst thing or the best thing, it all happens for a reason. Every single thing that happens to you, good or bad, happens for a reason. And never ever lose sight of the future. Let go of the past and live in the now. Have that future in your mind. Be thinking about what you can do to better yourself and better your future and your family's future. But don't lose sight of living right now, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Today could be the last day that we're here, so enjoy it. Live your life and try to find happiness in every little thing that you do. That is the most important thing that you can possibly do. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.